Hello, hello, hello. Hey, friends. I feel like I'm super close. Hey guys, happy Thursday. What is happening? Why is y'all calling me while I'm on a live? Lord, what is happening? Hey guys, welcome, welcome, welcome. Happy what's today? Thursday? Happy Thursday. How's everyone doing? Come up in this virtual room and let's chat. Your girl Janice is live, and I'm just excited about it. I haven't been live in a long time. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Join the live. Come up in this virtual room. I'm early for the first time ever on a live. I'm usually late. Come up in this room, y'all. Come up in this virtual room. We are gonna talk today. If you have any questions, y'all, drop them in the chat. By the way, if you have any questions, go ahead and drop them in the chat. While I get this lippy together. Oh, this is such a cute color to me, y'all. I'm gonna be wearing Rich Auntie by the Lip Bar. I'm like really, I'm late on the lip bar, y'all. I'm so late on the lip bar, but I'm really liking their colors. Um, the lip bar, yes. So what's been going on with y'all? Let me know in the chat. How's everyone doing? Where are y'all tuning in from? Let me know in the chat. It's giving what it's supposed to give. Oh my goodness. Hold on. Someone calling me on my phone. I'm trying to go live. All right, y'all. So a lot has happened since we last had a conversation, y'all. I feel like I haven't been on live in a whole minute. Um, so much has happened. I got so much going on, y'all. But let's take it from the top. Let's take it from the top. Let's take it from the top. We're gonna talk about this conference. We had a conference after party. If you missed that, that sucks. But the after party was really good. We had a recap of everything that happened at the conference, the Retail Revolution conference. It was so good, y'all. It was so powerful. I was actually just talking to my videographer that was there, and he was just like, man, it was so informative just for me. And I'm not even trying to open a store, but it's just like I just learned so much and so many concepts. It's just applicable to just in business in general. And we delivered. When I tell you, myself and the speakers delivered on this conference this year, it was everything. It was everything. And we have some more clips and things that I'm going to be sharing with the conference and just how amazing and great that it was. And just so proud. I'm just so proud of how everything turned out. And, I always say every single year, I'm just not doing this conference no more just because it's just so much for me. And the planning process, I don't enjoy it at all. But when I tell you what in the world? Once I actually get there to the conference, once I get there, it's just like, oh man, I could do this again. I could do this next year. Just because my heart gets so full and the women are always usually so amazing and the relationships that we create and the bonds and all of that is just so life changing. A good relationship could change your life, good and bad. Let me just put that out there, good or bad, change your life. And so that was amazing, y'all. The conference was. If you was at the conference, drop some fire in the chat. If you was at the conference, it was amazing. Um, da 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 da. Let's see what else we got going on. I have a meetup that's happening in the DMV area next Friday, y'all. So if you are on my email list, you should have seen that we have a meetup that we're doing, and that's going to be in the DMV area. So if you are in the DMV area, come check us out. Let's meet and greet. My networking events are always really, really fun and always really informative too. I like to give a lot of value at these events. So if you guys are in the area, I will be having a meetup the 24th, and I think it's at 8 p.m. So my last meetup was in Houston, and that was 2 weeks ago. The one before that was in St. Louis. That was last month. And then I did one in Atlanta a couple of months ago. So, um, DMV area, y'all let me know. Let me know in the chat if you're in the DMV area. Let me know if that's you, because I definitely want to give you the link to sign up for our meetup. Once you sign up with the link, you'll get the information to where we're going to be at. And usually it's a really nice place. So rest assured, your girl ain't going nowhere that's not nice. Okay, nice and safe, nice and safe. So that's happening next Friday, y'all. That's happening next Friday, our next meetup. And so make sure you sign up for that if you're in the area. Also, y'all, uh, lots of conversations and a lot going on in the beauty supply industry with this big old company that's out of Atlanta. With man, they've been all over the news, and I'm dropping a little video on that today, but I did want to talk to y'all about just certain things to look out for when you guys are starting your beauty supply store and you want to outsource some of the things to a consultant or anybody or coach, whatever, mentor, whatever people call themselves these days. Listen, there are a couple of red flags that I noticed from this company that you want to keep a watchful eye out for. Anybody that the first thing I want to discuss is like the fact that people were saying that they had their investments or their full investments for their store in a separate like holding account that they didn't have access to. I want to say I don't really see the purpose. I see the purpose, but I don't see the purpose, especially not an account that I don't have no access to, if that's the truth, right? These are all alleged things. But that for me it would be a red flag for me personally. And I just personally I don't think it's necessary. I don't think it's wise. I just wouldn't do it, y'all. I just wouldn't do it. I don't think you should do it. Second thing, and this is the second thing I'm gonna mention is a common mistake that I see people do often in beauty supplies, and it's not have nothing to really do with this company, but a lot of times when you have this idea to open your store, right? You're excited to open a store. You find a space, you think the space is everything, and you lock yourself into this lease before having all your ducks in a row. And when I mean ducks, I mean the main duck that you need to have is funding and inventory sources. Another thing that was happening with people was they were getting into these leases and then not getting the inventory for their stores, which is another like thing that you can't be paying on a lease and not have a store. That's crazy to me. That's crazy to me. So that's the other thing. Like if you are about to sign this lease, you have to make sure that you have all your ducks in a row, that you have the money for the inventory, you have the money for the build out, you know what vendors you're about to use, you have those connections, and you've done the work to make sure that you're going to be able to get the inventory and all the things, right? The POS system, the shelving, the inventory, all those things need to be in place for you to be able to confidently execute a lease, right? You need to at least have a blueprint and a map for that. So like with my clients, right, we have this really thorough spreadsheet that really maps out all the things that we're going to carry in a store. Like, and so you don't have to create a spreadsheet like I have, but you want to have some type of document, right? You want to have some type of document before you even do all this planning, right? You want to have a document that outlines every brand you're going to have. It outlines every category you're going to have, right? It outlines the price point. It outlines the vendors that you're going to use for these different categories, right? Because every single category has a different vendor, right? There's a vendor for hair. There's a vendor for your natural products. There's a vendor for your over-the-counter products, right? The over-counter products are your everyday products that you can find in like Walgreens, right? The Dark and Lovelies and Motions and Pink Lusters and that whole category. There's a brand for that, right? There's a brand for your your electronics, which is your flat irons, your blow dryers, those, hair steamers. There's a vendor for that, right? So you want to map all of this out in a document. And you want to make sure that you have those ducks in a row before you even get into a lease. Because once you get into that lease, it's hard to get out of. 9 times out of 10, you're not going to get out of it without penalties, right? So another thing. And lastly, and I'm gonna share this in my video, right? Connecting with someone or outsourcing something to someone, and there's no accountability, there's no direct lines of communication, there's no response, there's a lack of feedback. All of those things, is a red flag, and you want to make sure that I tell this to my clients too, like with contractors, right? There's always a general contractor, but they always have workers that work for them. And sometimes they don't show up to work, and it's just like if they don't show up to work and the contractor's not there, who else could you call to figure out what's happening, right? It's the same thing with these consultants, coaches, whatever you want to call them, right? You need to make sure that there's different lines of communication in order to figure out what's happening with your project, right? That's another thing. And then lastly, you want to make sure that in your contract there's some type of guarantee for what you're paying, right? How do we guarantee that the work is going to get done? What happens if this vendor or this person doesn't show up for me? Like what's the next step? What do you do, right? You need to have that outline in the contract. I have that outline in my contracts for all my clients. Like we want to make sure that people feel confident that when they do business with us, we're going to back it up. We're going to get that store open. As long as you want to open it, let me preface with this. As long as you want to open a store, as long as that is your desire, right? Not for the people that's changing their mind. Let me be clear. As long as you want to move forward and you have the funding to move forward, like we are 100% here. We are 100% here. And we're going to do the work. We're going to show up and we're going to get it done, as long as that is something that you want to do. I got a question in the chat about business plans. I'm glad you asked that question, J Girl, because I have something coming up that has to do with a business plan. So DM me so that you can get on that wait list, because I have something dropping real soon. I got some things in the pipeline for y'all who are at the beginning phases of opening your store, and you're stuck. You're either stuck at funding, or you're either stuck at business planning or financial projections. You're stuck at trying to figure out even what kind of store I want to create. You're stuck at what kind of products do I need to carry? What kind of brands do I need to carry? You're stuck at the very beginning phases. And I got something that I'm working on, because I've received a lot of feedback from a lot of just the consults that we have of people who are like very, very fresh, very beginner stages. And so I got something in the kitchen that I'm working on for you guys. But, this is just a season of new beginnings for me in many different ways. Like last year, I ended my beauty supply bootcamp program. That was the first program that I actually launched when I got into consulting 6 years ago. I've been doing this for 6 years, y'all. And for last year and this year, we've just been focused on building stores for people, because I felt that was the best use of my time. And so this year is about new beginnings and fresh things, fresh start. And some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, but I have been going through a divorce for the past 2 years, y'all. It has been a long journey, y'all. Where my divorced people at? Hugs. It has been a long journey, but I'm in this place of new beginnings and starting afresh and starting new. And I know God is take me someplace. And I really had to take a step back and just really look at all of the ways that I'm showing up in different spaces. And in this beauty supply space, which I am the most passionate about, and just because I just love seeing Black women win, it just makes my heart smile. When I go to y'all ribbon cuttings and ah, I'm just like a proud mom. So I want to really focus on that more, and I want to create new programs. And so it would be great to get some feedback from y'all as to like what would be the most helpful program or thing for you right now. You could drop it in the chat, think about it, or in DM me if you want to. That would be most helpful. So when I'm like creating programs, I'm creating trainings, like I want to create things with you in mind. And obviously that depends on, what phase you're in, because it's a lot of different phases here. Like you could be in a phase where you're like, I'm already in my store, but I don't have everything yet. Right. Or you can be someone who's in the store and then it's just not doing well. Right. Different phases. And I just want to get a good idea of like where you guys are at and the type of support and help that you need to get to that next level, to get to that next place. So I'm excited. I'm excited for that. I'm excited for that. Let me know if y'all got any questions as I'm chatting with y'all. Y'all can just feel free to drop it in the chat and I can get to them as talking. But yeah, that news, man, that news really hurt my heart. That news with all of the people who have these dreams of opening a beauty supply store and just like not getting that's hurtful. That's why, I made a response video, because you need a place to be able to talk about these things in a safe space. A safe space, y'all. And I know that everyone's experience is not the same, right? Everyone's experience is not the same. But for this to have made like news and have gone like viral, because several people sent me the articles and the videos and all the things, it's kind of a big deal. And we gotta be watchful. We gotta be watchful. We gotta be diligent, and just do your research on people. Like, you do your research on me. You Google me, you find everything. I'm first of all, I'm out here. I'm out here. I'm on live. I'm on Instagram. I'm on YouTube. Like, your girl don't hide. So you want to be able to see the face behind the brand. You want to be able to see the face behind the brand and be able to see some receipts and, have a little bit of transparency. That's the word, transparency. Transparent. Even when I hire coaches and I, invest in programs, and I invest tens of thousands of dollars in programs and coaches and things of that nature every single year. Every single year, I'm investing 20 to 50,000 on my own personal coaching and business and all of that stuff. Every single year, I recognize what coaching with a good coach. I recognize what that gets you. So when I do all of what I do, I make sure I research. I make sure the person's like, not only do they have receipts, but I just also want to make sure that like your values and morals are in line with mine. Because you're gonna listen to somebody, you're gonna listen to their advice. You want to make sure that they are of good moral character. Because you're going to be taking advice from this person. So that's really, really key. It's really a big deal, right? Really big deal for me. So just want to do your research and make sure that not only have this person done it for themselves, but they have done it for others. It's not enough to say, oh, I did this for me. This is what I did. Because of course you're going to do the best for you. You're going to do the best for your store. I want to know if you're able to replicate what you did for you for other people. That's the receipt I want to see. Of course you did it for you. That's like, babysitters. I babysit your kid. That's one thing. But the way I raise and treat my kid, it's always gonna be different. It's the same concept. I want to be able to see what you did for other people. Do it for me. That's what I want to see. That's like the biggest sign that someone has good results and they have a good formula and they have a good blueprint is if they're able to do it for other people. And even better, like for my clients, like my whole thing is I want you to get to the bag faster than I did. I want you to blow. I'm constantly creating the formulas, and I'm drilling down on what I see is working well versus what's not working well, looking at retail strategies and things that I believe are kind of outdated at this point and new things that people should be thinking about and implementing. And like I'm telling my clients all the time, I'm putting them onto new things, new strategies, new technologies. Like y'all need to be up on this. Try this. That old stuff, like that's outdated. It don't work anymore. Like that's the type of person you want on your team. Someone who is going to constantly talk to you about some new strategies and new things that you need to be paying attention to and doing so that you can be better than the person behind you. Because here's the thing, y'all. This mission of us being in the beauty supply industry as Black-owned beauty supply stores, taking over this industry one store at a time, reclaiming what was stolen from us. It is going to involve us constantly being sharper and constantly looking at new ways, new creative ways to do business, new creative ways to keep our customers loyal. We are at the half mark of the year. It's May, right? We 6 months in. Where are we at with our goals? Whether that is for you to, increase your sales by 10%, add a new product line in, add that new POS system, hire someone, fire someone, like we're at the half mark. So where are we at with our goals? Where are we at with our revenue goals? If you're someone who is starting up and you're trying to get the store off the ground, where are you at with that? Have you secured the funding yet? Have you secured the lease yet? Have you looked at spaces? Have you got the LLC? Have you got the business certificate? Have you got the reseller certificate? Have you opened up the bank accounts? Have you applied? Like where's everybody at? Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat, because y'all know I love an interactive live. I love when I can get some feedback from you guys. If you are watching the replay, I still want to know where you're at this 6 month mark. Where are you at? Where are you at? Because I always come back in the chats and I always chat with you guys. So if you let me know, these allergies is killing me. It's killing me. Oh, someone said the color is beautiful. Thank you, sis. I'm like the lip bar, y'all. So good. Yeah, so let me know in the chat, y'all. Where are we at with the 6 months? We're here at 6 months. Where are you guys at? And always let me know, like, what is the obstacle? What is the challenge? What is the biggest obstacle for you right now? What do you think that is? Because whatever it is, there's a solution. But you need to let me know what that looks like for you. Let me know in the chat. Let me know in the chat. I'll come back and we will talk. I'll come back and we will talk. I'm about to pop off. Oh, it's like 9:30 here. And I'm like committed to like going to sleep early. That's another thing that I'm working on. It has not been working out for me at all. Y'all, I wake up 4:30 in the morning, and I shared this at the conference. I shared a little bit of like my morning routine, and they had me talking about it. So I was like, listen, I wake up 4:30 in the morning and I do like my self-care thing. I pray and I get myself ready for war, which is getting 5 small kids together for school by myself as a single mom. So I need to like really prepare myself for that. So I wake up at 4:30 and I try to like get a little bit of work done and do the things that are important to me. However, I've been going to sleep at like midnight, and that's just been me for like a very long time. It's been me for a very long time. And so I've been trying to go to sleep at like 10 ish. Just because they say, and who's they? I don't know, but they say I need more hours. But it's not been working out for me. Like someone help me. Can somebody help me? I need accountability. I need encouragement. I need accountability because me going to sleep early is just not it's just not it. But anyway, y'all, I say all that to say I gotta come off here because I gotta go to sleep. I'm committed to it anyway. I'm gonna be intentional. And I told my coach, because your coach got a coach. I said I would give this a strong 2 weeks of being intentional, a strong 2 weeks, and then I'm going back to what I know. It is what it is, y'all. So anyway, guys, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. If you guys are trying to get this store open in the second quarter of 2024 and you're stuck and you don't know what the next step is and you want to kind of figure out a strategy of how to move forward, you want to give a call to our team. And talk to our client concierge Daniela. She is amazing. And just let her know, like, hey, this is what I want to do, and she'll have a conversation with you. So I'm gonna drop that link in the chat to have that discovery call with our client concierge Daniela. She is the go-to for getting started. She is your first point of contact. And so whenever you want to get started, whenever you want a question answered, hit my girl up and she will get on a call with you and she will answer your questions. Hey, Bridget. Yes, sis. Get back. And congrats on the graduation. Congrats on the graduation. Congrats to all my people graduating. That's amazing. And I'm excited for you guys. And I'm excited for you, Bridget. All right. So we are going to wrap up here. Thanks for chatting with me tonight, guys. It's been nice seeing you virtually and joining me on this Thursday night. Like I mentioned, y'all, we're going to be in the DMV next Friday. So be there or be square, y'all. Have a good night.